Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin might be doing its small wave 4 pullback here that we talked about yesterday. So let's zoom out a little bit. Let's talk about the short-term bullish and short-term bearish scenario. However, they are both embedded in a larger bullish scenario. You need to know that in order not to understand any of this here as bearish. It will only get more bearish if price breaks below 26,191. But within this range, between the Friday high, which was made at 31,460, between this high and the 26,190 low, or support area, which is the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement, and it's the wave 2 low, which was printed on the 18th of June. Within this range, we are bullish. And the question is just, do we bounce from here or do we bounce from here? These are the two scenarios. They are both bullish. One, you could argue, is short-term bearish because it may retrace a little bit more. Yeah, let's talk about these two scenarios. In both, at the moment, a breakout to the upside would be expected. And the threshold, the pivot point where we're turning more bearish, but not bearish overall, is below 26,190, which means a sustained break below that level. That would be deeper than ideal for the imminent bullish scenarios we are following. So in the first, and that is the short-term bullish scenario, we rallied off the 15th of June low in a wave 1, in a wave 2, in a wave 3, and we're now in a wave 4, and the wave 5 would still happen with a break above the 31,465 level, the Friday high. That would be confirmed. And we are looking at the low 32K region as a target for the fifth wave. It depends a little bit on how low does the fourth wave go in terms of, what is the target for the fifth wave. So in this scenario, we are looking at currently at a flat pattern in this fourth wave. The idea is that off the Wednesday high, which we call a third wave, price broke down in 3 waves, which is fine, which is typical for a flat pattern. Price rallied in 3 waves in a B wave, and the move down looks like a flat pattern. So not a flat, but an ending diagonal. So it looks like this C wave of wave 4 looks like an ending diagonal, and in this ending diagonal, we should get 5 waves, and it looks very choppy. We have some overlaps here. This is corrective price action, which is good, and it often happens in an ending diagonal. Ending diagonals are often very well defined. You can recognize the structure well. And so far, we have pretty clearly 3 waves down. We might be working on that 4th wave I talked about in the last video yesterday, and then 1 more wave down in a 5th wave should send it either to 29,734. If it bounces from there, it's a so-called running flat, ended above the A wave low, or 29,077, then it would be an expanded flat ending below the A wave low. So 1 more low expected in this scenario. Bear in mind, and that's all within the current scenario, price doesn't need to drop any lower. We have 3 waves down. If price forms a lasting low here and doesn't make 1 more low, then that's not a problem. On the nano level, on the micro level, sometimes structures just look incomplete. Bear in mind, we're diving here into the detail on the 30-minute chart, 1-hour chart, depending on how low we go. But this is really micro counting. Sometimes structures just look incomplete here. And if it forms a lasting low here, we have to call it a WXY structure. That's not what I currently observe, but technically possible. I will not know that until price forms a higher high and a higher low above the $31,060 level. But when it gets close to 31,060, the wave 2 high, we can already make some assumptions that we have bottomed here. So it's technically possible. Ideally, though, 1 more low would be anticipated. Now, this is the short-term bullish scenario, and we should then get a rally in a 5th wave to the upside and a breakout of the bullish range to the upside to form wave 1. After that, we can look at a wave 2 pullback. And in this wave 2 pullback, if price goes a little higher in wave 1, we have to readjust the target range for the wave 2, just depending on the height of wave 1, because the target for wave 2 or the relevant standard support area for wave 2 is defined based on the length and the height of wave 1. Now let's talk about the short-term bearish scenario. It would still be bullish though. In this scenario, we do not hold this yellow support. Price is not in a wave 4 and price is actually already in a wave 2 that allows for a deeper pullback. There's currently no way of being sure which one it is. So there's a deeper pullback possible. This is not the one I'm leaning to. I'm leaning to one more high before we come down in wave 2, okay? It's just that below the 50% retracement here, the last support level of the first scenario I show you, if that is broken and price sustains below that level, I assume we are already in wave 2 and have to assume that as per the alternate count here, waves 4 and 5 finished already, and the wave 5 finished on Friday, the 23rd of June. That means wave 1 finished already, and we are already coming down in a wave 2. Possibly here, this could be, there are different ways of looking at this. This here might be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern in an A wave leading diagonal of wave 2. We could then get a 3-wave move up in a wave B and could then come down in a wave C in a wave 2, possibly an impulse or another ending diagonal. Yeah, this is possible. This would not at the moment be my primary expectation because I don't have any evidence for that. And to be fair, price comes down very, very slowly, indicating we are still in a wave 4. But when it gets too long time-wise and when it gets too deep, then we have to assume we are already in wave 2. So these are the two potentials I'm currently observing, but we have a very clearly defined bullish range against which you can measure your risk. And yeah, the price is currently expected to go higher. If things change, I will of course let you know. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership and also make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. There are additional things coming out every day, additional content, some signals, and you'll find the links in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.